Today in Hellblade, Senua is pursuing Surt, the fire giant, to acquire the second mark she needs to enter Helheim. Or possibly she's pursuing Surt, the allegorical hallucination, for the same reasons. Which may also be allegorical hallucinations. Anyway, I've found a third burnable door. Can't just open these, I've got to set fire to them, or rather set fire to everything.
Fire,
and hope the door also burns down.
To Surt.
Surtur. Druth pronounced the name a little differently there to how I've been saying it. Surtur. Hello, those are runes. Alright, there's more to this one. In fact, this whole place looks like a kind of burned out village. Oh geez, I wonder if perhaps we are getting allegorical.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
I guess putting off the end of the world would be better than just, letting it happen. Not like the ancient Vikings were wrong, the sun will go out at some point. I should probably go and memorize those runes before I do too much exploring, so that I know what I'm looking for. Right, this time we've got a kind of squared off infinity symbol and an R.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Erin would, I think, have been the name around the 9th century for island, for parts of it. So Druth, who used to be Findon, was not from Orkney like Senua is originally. That's just where he escaped to after years of enslavement. Is that one of the bits? Can I see an R shape? Perhaps from a different angle I could. Where's the other one? Like, I've only got one rune on the screen at the moment. Maybe that's a hint as to which one is relevant. I feel like these angles should let me set something up. If I back off a little bit. Yeah. Where am I going to get a straight line down the left from? I could jump off here maybe. And then look up at this area? No. I suspect that I've been given a hint here by the way that the rune things were... Yeah, they're floating in the air around here, so the rune is probably around here. If I listen to this one?
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants.
Is it Surt
a
or
monstrous
Surtur?
wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their
Surt.
enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
The other thing Druth said not this runestone chat about Ragnarok, but the stuff he talked about when I was at the door earlier with the runes on it. That was more interesting. He mentioned the Northmen of Hell, as if Hell is like a place that people live. I wonder if this Helheim, which Senua is exploring, or believes herself to be exploring, is actually perhaps based on her interpretation of Druth's interpretation of someone else's legends conflated with actual real places. And then, like, a game developer's interpretation of all of the above. Okay, I'm wasting time here. I'm trying to kind of map this R to various combinations of things, but I can't figure out what bits would make it up, or where I should be standing. Oh, I can't actually move any further to the left there, so that's not it. This platform clearly seems like the thing to be on, or maybe it's just a convenient way down. Angles there. What about the tree? Could the tree get involved? Or this slot? I like these rune puzzles in theory. I sort of enjoy them, actually. It's not that I don't like them. What I don't like is that they involve a lot of kind of standing around scratching your ass. Yeah, metaphorically. You have to, like, basically just wander around the environment looking for stuff and thinking about what things might go together, and it can involve a lot of just sort of not doing anything. I think I see an angle there. No? No. No, that's not right. That's not it. I was thinking of the other rune. Although that makes a nice... Now, if I'm going to get the lower right portion of the R, then I need a differently angled view on something, because these planks are more like a 45-degree angle, whereas I need something that's like a 20-degree obtuse angle. I mean, 110 obtuse angle, or a 70 acute. I don't know. I don't remember angles. I don't know any mathematics. Don't look at me. Why am I so convinced that this is the right place to be in? Well, because of all the R's floating around in the air is why. But they're out here too. Where are they not, in fact? I can't actually return across here, it seems. No, I can. Right, okay, so as soon as I'm in this hut area, the R's turn up. That indicates to me that, from somewhere around here, I can figure it out. Is there... Oh. That was actually a complete accident. I could claim I did that on purpose, but it would be a lie. Wow. It's an R shape on the ground. I did think this area looked more suited to the M shape, but not to that either, really. Okay, that was a stroke of luck. But also, how was I supposed to figure that out? Like, so you've got the hints that tell you should be standing up there, basically. But then there's this tantalizing combination of angles and things, only by the fact that I happened to be... I had turned in the right direction to look at the trees. I didn't even notice the R at that point. It's just that the game thought I had seen it and kind of guided me to focus on it. Yeah. I definitely lucked out on that one. The other shape then, is this the right kind of angle, that crossed area there maybe? Not quite, and I need sides to it. Where can I find sides? Inside the hut maybe? No. Although this thing... It's the wrong way around. The roofs? The thatches and beams might be promising. Or maybe I should be looking for another shape of fire on the ground. That worked last time. A lot of M's floating around. Trees. Perhaps this time the trees are what I want. Yes, yes, maybe. No. Basically, if I can have two trees framing a crossing of angles. Almost. There it is. That one I actually worked out. At least given the hint of the area to look in. None of them are as bad as that first rune, where I just didn't realise to look at the environment in the first place. Alright, so this door should now open, which should let me get to somewhere from where I can get a fire. Then I need to return back over there. That's my ultimate destination. So in theory it's a straight line run from here, but we'll see if it turns out that way. This door opens easily enough without having to step back. They all have, except for that very first one. And by all, I mean that's actually the second door in the level only. This doesn't look too bad. It's quite a long run, though. Basically just straight ahead this way. Things... I bet you there'll be more to it than that. Things will go wrong or something. But, we'll see. See if Surt is going to make it easy from here on. Nobody else has made anything easy to date. Valradan certainly didn't. Burning. Or not. Let's try that again. Again, you can't get too close to it. There are definitely hot spots where you have to stand for things to activate. Oh crap. Oh shit, okay. You can't take a straight path here. Oh no. This is not good. Screaming. Well, that's rot. First time it's happened. Yeah, that hand looks a little darker than before. What did I do wrong? I think I was taking the right path. I mean, I was kind of forced into it by the flames. I think that was the way you have to go, essentially. But when it came to the partially burned out wooden bridge I had to cross, I'm only semi-certain of how to cross those in the first place, and I didn't exactly stick to my plan for reasons. I might as well explain it, since otherwise it's just a matter of listening to this screaming. Basically, the way I've successfully crossed them in the past is by having conviction in my movements. Hold the forward button and don't stop holding it. So now I'm doing that again this time. It's not the right thing to do, clearly. Okay, wow. I made it far less far this time. So the difference between the two attempts. The first attempt, I was attempting to run across the platform. Oh no. What am I supposed to do in this section? Trial and error, but the stakes are so high, because each error is... the rot isn't growing very fast, though. Maybe you can afford quite a few deaths, but I mean, there's the whole rest of the game as well, so I'm worried. As I should be, I guess. I should be worrying. So, the first attempt, I basically tried to use the forward movement on the analog stick and also the run button. However, on past successful crossings of those bridges, I had not run. But this time, when I did run, I got further, but not all the way. So, I'm not sure. Perhaps there's more to it. Perhaps the exact angle of movement you have is more important than I thought it was. Okay, I'm trying running again. But I'm being more cautious about my angle this time. Okay. Right. What I did there was... Oh shit, where do I go from here? Ah! Run. Why can't I make... Oh my god! This guy, he's in the right place at the wrong time.
You're close.
No, no, no. It's interesting that focusing is your superpower. Like, is that, to some extent, taking control of the delusions? I may be pushing my interpretation of the game a little hard here, I'm not sure.
He's too fast. Now, it's nearly the end.
At least I didn't suffocate while that was happening. I can, like, continue to run out of here. Whew.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the prime!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No. I see nothing now.
It's interesting. Druth is, or was, since these are all memories, I think. Are they memories? I think they are memories of when they met in the wood. Anyway, he was pushing this idea that you recover from tragedy by reinventing yourself. So that's essentially what he did after his captivity. Senua seems to be resisting the idea for now. Her agenda is more along the lines of you don't recover from tragedy, which, gosh, I hope she's wrong. Speaking of tragedy. Literal or not, Helheim is not a very nice place. Well, I mean, it looks like it may have been a perfectly nice village before everyone in it was burned to death. Is that the way up to Surt's realm? Another fire door. Oh, this one could be complicated. Runes. Oh wow, this place could be a big deal. It's interesting how... So I have a theory about what's going on here. And I kind of want to share it with you, the hypothetical audience, because if I'm right, I'll look like, I don't know, a brain genius. But if I'm wrong, it will appear that I was not so smart after all. Yeah, I'm taking the risk. Okay, so I feel like at this point, my interpretation of the game to date, is the fire door, is that the whole thing is, to some extent, hallucinatory. That is, I'm not sure that... Oh, well, I'll go on a sec.
Fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Surt. Fire path, got it. Tank thing. This is going to be tricky, isn't it? So, I feel like with Senua may not even be traveling at all, or if she is, I don't think she's gone to some land of the Norsemen, or well, maybe she has, but not a mythical realm, right? Those are, I think, mythical runes. Let's pick those up. Anyway, within the context of that claim, then,
How did you escape
more
your
interruptions.
darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right. But here I am, free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Still looking for this first rune here. So, interesting exchange between... there we are. Oh, it's the wrong way around. Interesting exchange between Senua and Druth there, but back to my theory. These first two kind of levels that I've gone through, Valravan's illusion area and Surt's fire area, I have a fairly specific theory about what's going on here. Does that fit? Apparently it does. Cool. I reckon each of those is actually Senua going through processing and having hallucinations about recent memories. In Valravan's area, it was actually fairly explicitly called out, and the same may end up being the case for Surt's area. I reckon the first bit... yeah, so before I listened to that runestone, I reckon Valravan's area was really about a memory or reinterpretation of, or conversion to this idea of it being part of the journey to Helheim, of her experience of self-exile, where she left her people because of trying to basically get over her issues, which unfortunately doesn't work that way, and ended up kind of wandering lost and alone in the woods. They kind of projected that idea into Valravan's thing. At the end of it, she kind of blames and goes, this mystical entity which I've now learned about was behind that whole thing. So, now let's listen to the stone.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Surt will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Peace sign. So, if we follow the idea of the processing allegory, then what does that say about this area? Well, basically, each of these sections of Valravan's level became more and more like a wood. They're whispering really loudly right now. More and more like a complex wood of ruins and stuff, right? Each of these segments of Surt's area has been becoming more and more like a burned out Celtic village. I reckon that at some point, probably chronologically after her returning from the exile, I'm here again somehow. It's not clear whether this is where I want to be. I don't think it is. No, I came from here. Well, let's undo that. Anyway, I think at some point Senua must have... Did I come from there? What's going on? I think at some point though, Senua, something probably happened to Senua's village or to another village she was in. E.g., it was burned, because this has come up before in the story. Like these raids by the Northmen, the Vikings, have been mentioned, and I'm pretty sure there have been references by memories of Druth to burning it, at which Senua has responded to yes, I know about that. Oh, hello. Could these bits fit together from the right angle? Oh, they already did to form a P. That's what I need now. It's not a P, but it's like a P with a thing on top of it. Like an extra P. Meta P. Let's go look for places for it. So, I reckon, as Valravan represented, in some way, the evil Norse god who is being used as a stand-in for the psychosis and depression stuff experienced in exile, Surt is going to represent whatever unpleasant burning related thing happened to some town. An attack, probably. So that's my theory so far. It may yet be overturned by events, and It also might not matter. On some level, you can just kind of take the game as being about a quest into a mythic realm. But that would be clearly ignoring a lot of it if you did. Could the flag form part of a thing? No, it's not long enough. What if I come out here and then turn around and look for shapes, promising bits? That plank is a lot taller than other similar planks. I wonder if I was in that watchtower over there, instead of in this one over here, would I be able to form the P using the angle of that house for something else? But I'm not in that watchtower. Well, perhaps I've effectively been given a hint to proceed towards it. But then again, this area has the floating P runes. I mean, yeah, meta P, beyond P. Anti-P, super P. I'll look around a little bit more first before I try and head over there. No, that stuff is too far away to really fit the fairly large fat shape I've got. The gate itself is too burny. The tower itself? It's got some of the right shapes I might want, but not aligned correctly. And only some of them. Like if the top area wasn't here, perhaps the angles behind it and the angles below could combine to mean something. But that has not happened. Again, we're faced with the fact that these puzzle sections, while they're not unfun, are kind of just wandering around looking at things and thinking. Which was fine in The Witness because it kind of made that into a whole stylistic thing. In this it feels like the kind of gameplay content of the game consists of these puzzles and bits of fighting, which are both kind of okay, but not the point. The setting and the story are really carrying the game as a whole, I would say. Oh, so I can't easily get up there. I thought I might be able to go around. I see there's no ladder to climb it anyway. This bridge, though, could it in some way be made to extend? Like with one of Valravan's illusion revealing bits, maybe? 'Cause it looks like it would, at some point, would have extended to the other watchtower. Let's just poke around the area a little, see if I can find an illusion gate. I don't think that will be the solution, but it might. It's possible. I'm actually not going to pin my hopes on that, though. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time yet going and wandering the edges of this little village section. It just seems a little out of theme for the area. There's some interesting ruins up there. Oh, actually, that's part of Valravan's area. So the whole thing kind of fits into a coherent single map, which is cool. So what if I deliberately form a P shape here myself? It kind of almost seems like it should work, doesn't it? Oh. It did work. No, hang on, it didn't. It just looked exactly... No, it did. Yes, the third rune is active. Okay. Wow, should have done that 5 minutes ago. Down the ladder. These are surprisingly sturdy looking ladders given the general tech level of this whole civilization. I mean, it is the Iron Age, I think. I think we're in a post-bronze period. So, oh, the fires are starting up already. Look at that, they're anticipating. There's the gate. Behind it, surely, Surt. Wow, everything is starting to seem like it will be a big deal shortly.
Cinnamon, if
Find a place to stand here. Okay. I see this bridge. I came here before. This was the it won't be so easy to get in bridge. In theory, it's just a straight line run up there, but it's not going to be that, is it? I'm going to have to head through these houses and around the bridges, I'm guessing. That's got to be it. Yep, I am anticipating, planning. Whatever problems she has, whatever unfortunate life circumstances,
Ran through the fire. Keep running.
Senua is clearly like a capable, trained person. He's also like capable of like fighting intelligently and stuff. And oh no, actually, maybe I can just go straight ahead. Oh shit! I don't want to burn to death, but that appears to be happening.
She's dying.
It's empty.
Huh.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
She's talking to Dillion.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Spill the blood of Surt. Take his mark, and I will cheer you from the world and forever be in your debt.
You destroyed everything. Everyone. But not me. Fight
so.
now.
So it can't be a coincidence we cut immediately from Senua promising to come back to she arrives but everything's on fire, right? I don't want to get hit by that big sword thing. Seems bad. Oh shit.
Surt is getting stronger. Stop. Must stop.
Oh shit. He's slow. I bet you one hit would be like extremely bad, but you're not gonna avoid there being any.
What to do? Stay away from him. It's burning. Focus.
Ah,
Focus now.
focus, you say? there's something that happened doesn't happen. That's why I said, oh crap.
It's an illusion. See past it. Focus! Focus now. Stop them! Get out of the way! The flame shield! Stay back! Focus!
I can't focus, I don't have enough energy yet. I dodged for a while.
Focus now! You can do this. Focus!
I want to.
There's blood!
Oh wait, that's right, in this bit you gotta do the big attacks. Okay, yes. That one's for truth. And for the entrance to Helheim.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers, your quest, your truth.
Let's get out of here. It's all ash. Reminds me of the kiln of the first flame.
Truth was a troubled man. Scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids.
It's the storyteller
Drove to
voice.
madness.
The one that pretends to be objective.
Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world.
When he said he's done terrible things, presumably he was talking about participating in those raids.
Senua saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. If his tales of hell were true, then that was the source of it.
Oh,
She learned everything she could from him. Until she too could see what he saw.
that's interesting. So when she was looking for an explanation for her visions and pain, she got this dying old guy with stories about the Norse hell, the dark gods there. It was like, yep, that seems like a pretty good reason for this to be happening. Oh, no wonder it's time to fight and kill them. I hope it helps.
Have you ever died before? It's a serious question.
If you're talking to me, I have not died, no.
When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again.
It's also something...
Someone has died. And she will do so again.
Before and again,
Be
eh?
sure of that.
The voice there is referring to a death of the self, something Druth alluded to as well, being reborn, used to be Findon. I wonder if this is what they meant at the start of the game by talking about how this would be the last story. And the gates turned icy.
The mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt. You may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
I suspect that just reaching Helheim will not help.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it. It's so dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Dillion!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through.
The destroyed village.
When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
You did this! No! This is your fault.
thank you. But not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.